I had been chatting with Mila for months, the girl I stumbled on Facebook by and somehow ended up talking to every single day. Morning greetings, afternoon rants, late night classes, voice notes that stretched past midnight. It all grew into something deeper without either of us admitting it out loud. We are in the same state but a bit distant from each other. She told me she'd stay with her mom. We agreed to finally meet. I bought her flowers, nothing too loud. Soft pink roses because she once told me pink made her feel calm. She picked the restaurant, a quiet place on the corner of Dublin Street. I got there early, nervous enough to keep checking my watch. 15 minutes later, she walked in and the room shifted. Mila was even more beautiful than her photos. No filters, no angles, just her real, graceful, and confident in a way that made my heartbeat sound louder in my own ears. She smiled when she saw me, the type of smile that folds a person into your world without permission. "You came early," she teased. "I didn't want to miss a second," I replied. We sat, we talked. The conversation flowed like we were continuing last night's chat, not starting a first date. She laughed easily, her fingers brushing the rose petals, her eyes glowing like she had been waiting years for this moment. Then halfway through telling me about her terrible chemistry teacher, her words slowed. She blinked rapidly, and before I could understand what was happening, she collapsed. I was already beside her, holding her head gently, calling her name again and again. Her skin felt cold, too cold. People were moving around us, calling an ambulance, but all I could see was her. The girl who felt like she was becoming a part of my life. Not this, never this. Everyone in the restaurant panicked at. Someone yelled to call 911. The ambulance arrived and rushed Mila out. At the hospital, nobody told me anything. Nobody looked at me. I stood alone in the hallway. Her bag was still with me, her phone inside. Hours passed. Night fell. Her phone started ringing. I ignored it, unsure if I should answer. When it rang again, I picked up but didn't speak. A woman's voice exploded through the speaker. "Mila, where are you? Why aren't you home? Why aren't you picking up?" "Hello, I'm not Mila," I said quietly. "Then who are you? Why do you have her phone?" I hung up. Another call came in, her sister, then her father, then the same woman, call after call. A doctor finally stepped out, scanning the hallway. "Who came with the young woman from the restaurant?" "She hasn't regained consciousness," he said. "Her vitals are unstable. We're trying to find the cause." "What do you mean unstable?" "She's crashing in waves," he said. "Every 15 minutes her heartbeat drops, then spikes again. We've never seen this without a clear trigger." Her phone buzzed again, calls. Back to back. "You should tell them," the doctor said. I stepped away and answered. "Where is she? What's happening?" I told them. Her family arrived. They saw Mila through the glass. The next day, I arrived early. Mila's family sat in silence, exhausted. A doctor walked in. "We found the problem." He held a file thick with results. "There's a mix of toxins and stimulants in her blood, extremely rare, extremely unstable." Her mother gasped. She was poisoned. "No, not poison. It's a drug used in counterfeit energy boosters. One drop can shut the body down." Her father shook his head. "Mila doesn't use drugs." We checked her stomach. "Nothing swallowed," the doctor said. "It entered through her skin." We stared at him. "What do you mean?" I asked. "The substance was mixed into a cosmetic product she used." "Is she going to make it?" the father asked. "Definitely," the doctor said. "She just needs time." I suddenly remembered. "She used a small bottle of lotion before we sat down," I said. "No label. She said a friend gave it to her." The doctor's eyes narrowed. "Do you have it?" I pulled the pink bottle from her bag. "We'll test this now." He rushed out. Minutes later, he returned. "It's the cause. The lotion is contaminated." Now that we know exactly what's in her system, we have the antidote. We're starting treatment immediately. If she wakes up, it will be today." Her family huddled together. I stood at the window, watching her breathe with the help of machines. That afternoon, hours later, a soft knock came from the glass. A nurse smiled faintly. "She's waking up," she said. We rushed in. Mila's eyelids fluttered, then opened slowly. Her eyes moved around the room, confused, weak, but alive. Her mother broke down crying. Her father held her hand. Her sister hugged her gently. She looked at me last. "Hey, you are here," she whispered. I nodded. She tried to smile. And for the first time since the restaurant, the room finally felt calm. Mila had survived. She was back. Something felt wrong. For 2 weeks, William, her boyfriend, never visited. No calls. No messages. Nothing. At first, she made excuses for him. Maybe he was busy. Maybe he was scared after what happened. But the silence grew heavy. Mila tried calling him. Her calls didn't go through. She checked Facebook. Blocked. WhatsApp. Blocked. Fear settled in her chest. She didn't want to believe what it looked like, so she dressed up and went to his house herself. William opened the door. His face was cold, distant. Before she could speak, he made it clear. "I'm not interested anymore," he said. "I've moved on." The words hit her harder than her collapse at the restaurant. Mila swallowed her tears. She refused to cry in front of him. William drove her home in silence, the distance between them louder than any argument. Mila told her sister the truth. "He broke up with me." Her sister tried to intervene. She called William, she begged, but his decision was final. Days passed. Then weeks. They didn't talk. They didn't check up on each other. Mila struggled at work. Her mind drifted constantly. William couldn't concentrate either. Nothing felt right. Then one evening, William called. "Come over," he said. Mila didn't hesitate. Hope rushed back into her chest. She got dressed and went straight to his house. The moment he opened the door, he pulled her into a tight hug. No words, just silence and warmth. Everything they tried to deny came rushing back. The love didn't end. It paused, and from that night it continued. That night, Mila stayed at William's house. They talked until sleep found them. No arguments, no explanations, just quiet checking up on each other, how she was healing, how he had been coping, what the silence had done to them both. Morning came with soft calls, small smiles, and the familiar comfort they thought they had lost. From that day, everything slowly returned. William started calling again. Morning calls, midday check-ins, late-night conversations. He checked her medications, asked about her strength, walked her to work when he could. Mila began to focus again. William found peace again. The fear faded. The love settled. Weeks passed. Then months. One evening, William asked Mila out to dinner. The same calm tone, but his hand shook slightly. Halfway through the meal, he stood up. "Mila," he said, "I almost lost you, and when I thought I did, I realized I don't want a life where you're not in it." He knelt. The restaurant went quiet. "Will you marry me?" Mila covered her mouth, tears filling her eyes, not from fear this time, but relief. "Yes," she said, "yes." The wedding plans came fast. Families met. Dates were fixed. The past pain turned into a story they survived together. Their wedding was simple, beautiful, real. And after everything, the hospital nights, the silence, the heartbreak, they chose a new beginning. They traveled to Madrid for their honeymoon. walking hand in hand through unfamiliar streets, laughing like they were meeting for the first time again. Mila realized something. Love didn't just save her life. It gave her a future. And this time it stayed. After the wedding, Mila and William left the country together. Madrid became their first destination as husband and wife. They spent days exploring the city, nights talking, laughing, and resting in each other's presence. Mila was healthy. William was attentive. Their love felt settled and secure. They took photos, shared moments, and enjoyed the quiet joy of being together without fear or pressure. 2 months later, they returned home. Life continued smoothly. William supported Mila at work and at home. Mila found her rhythm again. They built routines, morning greetings, evening check-ins, weekend plans. Love became steady, not rushed. Months passed. Mila began to feel different, tired, dizzy at times. A hospital visit confirmed it. She was pregnant. William's reaction was immediate. He held her hands and smiled through tears. From that day, he became even more careful, never missing appointments, monitoring her health, making sure she rested. The pregnancy went well. Family surrounded them with support. The fear of the past stayed behind them. One morning, Mila went into labor. William stayed beside her the entire time, holding her hand, encouraging her through every moment. After hours, a baby's cry filled the room. A baby girl, healthy, strong. Mila held her daughter and cried. William kissed both of them, overwhelmed with gratitude. Their journey had been long and difficult, but it led them here. They didn't just build a marriage. They built a family. And they lived peacefully, grateful for every ordinary day they were given.